I knew being a stay-at-home dad wasn't going to be easy. My daughter's health issues made that clear. But what I did not realize was just how much more it would take, way beyond diapers, snacks, and movies. Almost right away, I learned staying home with her wasn't just parenting. It was therapies, patience, and a new kind of responsibility I had not prepared for. Because this role was bigger than I ever imagined. Sometimes when someone leaves a heartfelt comment, I tend to do some research, figure out who this person is because I've never seen them before. So I did that one time on one of my videos, and I saw a video pop up about parenting and caregiving. I was like, what? Caregiving? What is that? I clicked it, and that was the very first time I learned about being a caregiver. The big beautiful bill came out, and we were talking about Medicaid and whatnot, and how you can get exempt if you are a caregiver. So I was like, ooh, I think I should now call myself a caregiver for my daughter. What I'm also realizing is that using the word caregiver has a different weight to it. I'm thinking of a time when I was getting my blood drawn. Nice lady began to brew up a conversation, and she asked me, what do I do for a living? I say, I am a stay-at-home dad, taking care of my children. I elaborate, telling her my daughter has Down syndrome and a trach and a G-tube, and I also have a son. Once I told her about my daughter, a lot of the young folks say aura, like my aura points just shot up to beyond an infinity. I was still stuck in dad mode, and I felt like dads were supposed to do everything, especially if they're home. They gotta do everything because society makes you feel like dads are supposed to be the breadwinners. They're supposed to be the handyman. They're supposed to do X, Y, and Z, whatever you could think of. That's what I was thinking. So I was beating myself up. But now I'm learning that I'm not just a dad. I am also a caregiver. So I'm doing two duties. It also alleviates some pressure because I don't feel like this is a duty that should be taken on by the father just because he is the man and the man has to carry everything on his shoulders. It allows me to lead better because now I could look up the duties for caregivers. I can distinguish, okay, this is what I'm doing as a father. This is what I'm doing as a caregiver. And I could start to, you know what, babe, can you do this for her? Can you do that for her while I'll do this? And what I also began to realize was, man, me being a stay-at-home dad and doing the things that I was doing was not aligning with what other stay-at-home dads do. It's like,
I don't belong.
We cannot be the same. I was thinking about my stepfather, who at a period of my life was a stay-at-home dad. He was not, he wasn't doing half, maybe a third of the things that I am doing now. Changing the trach care every single night, changing her G-tube. I don't even think he had the stomach to do that. And just being asleep, but being up, trying to make sure everything is functioning in my daughter's room, making sure she's getting the mist, making sure she's not throwing off her HMV. You gotta make sure you are giving her the right nutrition. My stepfather, we were at an age where he didn't even need to feed us. We were feeding ourselves. But imagine if he had to feed us. When you change your perspective and say that you're not only a parent, but also a caregiver as well, a lot of things happen. And it's positive. It's positive. You start to look at yourself in a different light. It also allows me to advocate for caregivers in a different light as well, because of the resources that we are not getting, or the resources that we cannot get because of the caregiving that we do. Also look for communities of caregivers, and they may be able to assist you in whatever that you need, point you in the right direction for resources that you need. It is not something that parents are normally designed to do. It is something that we are launched into because of what happens in our lives. I don't think anybody planned to be a caregiver. Maybe, I don't know. We got to look around. We got to start doing some interviews. But that's what I wanted to share today, because I know I'm not the only parent wrestling with this. So let me ask you, if you're raising a child with extra needs, do you call yourself a caregiver or still a parent first? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear your story. And if you want to walk this messy, beautiful path together, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, tap that like button. This is Dad's special journey, and none of us should have to figure it out alone. I'll see you in the next one. Peace and one.